And hello everyone, welcome to Diane Actually Writes. Sorry for the delay. I guess I better capture my Chrome again. There we go. Hello Miss Addies, good to see you. Oh, I forgot my bunny ears. Better put those on. Aaron woke me up late from my nap, you see, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So, sorry I'm late. Alright, so, thanks for hanging with us so long through the course of the day. I'm gonna get some world building done tonight. Don't think I'm gonna do showcases, that's why I put up the Actually Writes label, because I'm still struggling to get my silver on the challenge, so I'm gonna continue doing that. Hopefully you guys will be willing to write with me and we can talk and brainstorm ideas and whatever else you might need. I am currently working on character articles, so even though I am keenly interested in my character... Aha! What is A Few Good Elves? Thank you very much for the question. Okay, A Few Good Elves is my novel. It is going to be coming out on September 7th. It was kickstarted by this audience, which I think is really awesome, and it is basically, it's a fantasy space opera, right? Sort of war novel. Picture Treasure Planet meets Master and Commander meets World of Warcraft, and you kind of got an idea, right? I think it's a good story, and I think it's going to be awesome, and I'll have the pre-order up hopefully in a couple of days, so... Yeah, what series is it? The series is called The Toy Soldiers Saga. This will be the first book in it. There's been several stories that have been published in various venues before in the series, but this will be the first novel. Yeah, and thanks for asking. The link can be found. Let's see here. I have to update the link, but if you go to the Kickstarter page, there's a button that says follow along. And if you click on that, that is where I'll have the updated information. So, all right. So, let's see who's all here. Hello, Daz. Hello, Stretch. Oh, wait, no, that was from the previous stream, wasn't it? Hello, Tal, and goodbye, Tal. Tal is also streaming right now. Hello, Masadi's. Hello, Rowan. Good to see you. Hello, Shy Red Fox. And hello, of course, to you as well, Salties. Good to see you. Hello, Moonflower. Daz has read it. Daz has read it. I think so. I think Tel is streaming. Tel is on the schedule. Yeah, here's the schedule. And here is where we are. So, hello, Mergendor. Good to see you too. Alright. Oh, and Author Goddess. I'm sorry I didn't see you sneak in. Daz read it, right? And Author Goddess read it. Because Author Goddess was the one who did the editing for me. So, she was my editor. Wait. That's a schedule. Yes, that's a schedule. That is the Game of Tomes streaming schedule, is what you're looking at there. Let's see, I think I can give you that with... Yeah, gotta love Patreon sneak peeks. Yes, yes, that's the whole purpose. Yep. That'll get you to that page. So, yeah. Alright, so let's get started on some sprints, shall we? Oh, hi, Bob. Bob says, who else is looking forward to Disney's Jungle Cruise starring The Rock as Kahuna the Elder? Oh my god, that would be an awesome movie. And furthermore, he could pull that off. I could write that movie. I could totally write that movie. Anybody know anyone at Disney? Seriously, I could write that movie. Alright. Today I am going to be working on my character. This is actually a future version of Celine Wintermist, who is the character that I play in our Toy Soldier Saga universe game on Sunday nights. She is the protagonist of the novel's mother, or will be. It releases on Friday. Oh, really? Oh, is that what... Okay. Now I know what you're talking about. I've seen the ads for that movie, I think. That looks good. Yes. So, notice this is filled with major spoilers. So, you might want to mute the stream if you don't want spoilers for the Toy Soldier Saga. There is a bunch of information here around Celine herself that is going to be spoilers. It's not really spoilers for... Okay, it is... it could be spoilers for a key plot point, but two key plot points, actually. So, yeah, you might... But I gotta get it done. Maybe I should do another article on stream. Because that's a lot of spoilers. I don't know, I got lots more articles that I could be working on. Oh! I still had a Twitch window open for some reason. I hope I'm not getting too bad a lag. No, okay, we're good, we're good. I suppose I could do my lost or ancient language, but I don't know anything about it. Building associated with crime or justice. Settlement known as a pleasure town or for louche behavior. Well, I know what I'm writing about that. And I know who I'm writing about for this. I could probably pick or whip off the Mithril Keep article fast. The Pirate Cove asteroid. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to write about there, Daz. You're so right. Oh my god, yes. Have I already made a stub for Freebooters Rock? I don't know that I have. I have. Let's do it. What are you guys all working on with me tonight? Who's still struggling to get their summer camp goals? And who's struggling to get your Camp Nano goals? Mergador says, I had a hell of a time with my language. It was tough to get 300 words about something no one knows about. And Author Goddess says, Gnomish hookers for the win! Well, yeah, I do indeed have a Gnomish hooker who is actually a significant character. I'm struggling with everything, says Author Goddess. Yeah, you and me both now. Both of us looking to find places to live. Ha ha! That's fun. This is definitely not a buyer's market here. I had like 5 places. It took me 24 hours to get them to contact me. They were all gone. My hope is that in the next few days, a bunch more places will be coming out because we don't have to move until the 1st of September. So, people may not have given their notice yet, you know. Bitzer K says, I'm building maps for D&D on Tailspire, but I love the company. Awesome. Building maps, this is a good place. Mergendor says, I'm on 29 of 30. Nice! Got 3 done so far today. Hit my 10,000 nano goal already. Awesome. Miss Addis is like, thank heavens that I finished my nano goal right on time. Good, that's awesome. Alright, so we're gonna make this place. Large town. City? Is a large city. No. Orbital station? You could call it that in a way. Starbase? Could call it that too, I suppose. What is a Eumenopolis? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna look that up. Eumenopolis. World City. Ah! Coruscant. Got it. Okay, well, it's not like Coruscant. It's not that big. Well, what do you think, those of you who know the location, Freebooters Rock? Would you call that an orbital station? Because it's like, it's mobile, so I'm not sure. Would you call it arcology? It might be an well, maybe. Yeah, arcology, just to make sure I do indeed have the reading of that right. Yeah, no. Arcology is a better description of elven settlements, eh? Conurbation? Learning new words. Several towns merging with the suburbs of one or more cities. The area I live in. Okay. Good to know there's a word for that. Or, okay, so would you call it a starbase? Or would you call it an orbital station? Or would you call it a large, or a city? Not a large city, but a city. It's too, the rock is too small for it to be a large city. Because I don't know. It's not really a starbase either. That kind of suggests that it's got a military application, and it doesn't really. Well, we'll call it a starbase to differentiate it, I guess. Let's start with what I can get here. Parent location. Have I done the Windsmere system yet? Nope. I doubt I've done up the ruler or owner. No. And I don't think I've done the organization either. Yeah, I agree, Rowan. They really needed a you can fill it in option on that template. Yeah. Alternative names that I can do. The Rock. Population. I'm sorry to hear that, Moon. Moon says they're getting really fucking overwhelmed and pissy. Seriously, yeah. Me too. So if I disappear, that's why. No worries. Alright. Average city population in Victorian era. Let's try that. Brian says, cracks knuckles. Okay, gonna try to crank out the last 4 articles for the gold badge in the stream. Wish me luck. Good luck, Brian. We're gonna be like hitting the hammer hard together. 19th century rankings. Brian says, if I can do that, I can actually take a break from writing for a few days until day 31, and then 3131 starts. Yeah. Breaks. What are those? I don't know what those are. Hey, Darth. Okay, so we'll go for about 45,000 people. That seems like a reasonably large city. There, random number made up out of my head. Well, I imagine that creates a confusion of names, but that is the logical descriptor. I'm okay, Nick. How are you? I think all the pain meds are making me sick. Would not be surprised. They're AG. Also, infected tooth might be making you sick. It does do that. Can you get an antibiotics prescription? 399 words from Shy Red Fox for the House Kitsune, which of course it is, because she is the queen of foxes. Good job. Doing good, got number 8 done today. Still far to go. You think you're going to get them done on time? I admire you. That was my best 25-minute sprint in Lake forever. Nice. Alright, what races have we got on the rock? What are the big ones? Elves, humans, gnomes, probably some half-orcs, goblins, half-elves, dwarves, Cthulhuans. Said they were there. Kobolds, I imagine there's some. Except they're Nisslings now. There we go, Nisslings. There'll be some Illyri. Not a lot, but a few. Gotcha there, AG. There's any dragons on Freebooters Rock. That's the sprint, by the way. I'm not counting my words for it yet because I just got started. I'll throw it in with the next sprint. Yeah, I'm going to sprint with the next timer, says author Brian. Cool. And hey, Atanchi, how are you this evening? Good to see you. Let's see. I mean, there's probably some dragons, but they're like so rare. Hub's made it to his first day of work without incident, so things will be better. Cross his fingers. Good luck, hon. Yeah, I missed her stream. How'd she do there, Brian? Oh yeah, and Shagathi, obviously. One of the big characters there is going to be a Shagathi. Itanchi says, went 20 hours waist deep headfirst into Unreal Engine code. And Daz is back. "10 hours. Okay. Well, that's good, because I was like, wait a minute. Sable, did you see Stretch and Aaron talk me into adding a quote from the lyrics of Enter Sandman? No, I did not. I heard it, though. That's who that's who he was talking to, eh? Yeah, how it works with that is that you can quote lyrics briefly. Those are fair use. If you sing them, they fall under cover tune rules, which are different in the United States from elsewhere. So, oh, you gotta run to the store to get Dayquil for the teen. Allergies suck. Yeah, they do. I changed him, though? Okay, cool. What did you end up doing? I know that song, of course. I'm an old, kind of an old school metalhead, actually. For those who may not know. Alright. Elves, humans, gnomes, Uruks, goblins, changelings, dwarves, Cthulhans, Nislings, Illyri, Shagathi. Those are kind of the major spacefarers. Oh, there's probably Ratatosk. No, there probably aren't Ratatosk. They probably won't like there going there. There's probably some Phenok. And Otterfolk. Cool, Daz. Exit light. Enter night, hold my hand, get me out of Never Never Land. I kind of want the whole thing now. And I have Kill 'Em All on cassette. Nice. I have Kill 'Em All on CD. Gala says I should do a cover of that song. I might. I'll tell you what. I'll find a karaoke version, I'll record it, and it'll be a patrons only thing. How's that? I can do that song. I do a lot of that kind of stuff, actually. I do... Okay, do you guys remember that game, Guitar Hero and Rock Band there? Do you remember those games? Right? They had some plugin or another that was pretty common where they did stuff like Down with the Sickness and Painkiller. Near perfect score. Just saying. Metal Sable for life. I love metal. Are you kidding me? I love it. Yeah. You heard my heavy mithril stuff that I did? I mean, I do more of a, Nightwish kind of style melodic metal stuff with the Avalon Burning material, but that's because, I don't know, I was younger then and my voice was probably better suited to that. Now I can probably get away with some of the more aggressive high tenor stuff, so yeah, okay, I'll record that for you, Gala. I will do that. Mother of Bunnies is heavy metal. Does that make Sable an armor-plated lupus? That's hilarious. Also, Wicked enter Sandman on bagpipes? That's cool. Oh wait, no, I've heard that! That is cool! That is really cool. Alright. Are we started the sprint yet? Yes, we're well into the sprint. I didn't even pay attention. Okay, I gotta get back to work. I am very distracted. Very distracted because I am anxious about having to find a new house. So it is, and I'm the one that's kind of been assigned the you search it out, right? So, alright, let's see here. Just about any sentient species one could possibly imagine can be found on Freebooter's Rock at any given time. I just remembered I had... What else I got? I've got... Oh, we have a raid. Hubs likes his new job. Awesome. Good. That's good news, Author Goddess. And hello, Calamity Badger. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Welcome in. Hello, Cinder Puffs. Have I seen you here before? No, I have not. I didn't think I remembered the name. Welcome. We're supposed to be doing a writing sprint, but what we're actually doing is sort of yapping and wandering in different directions, but yeah, good to see you. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sable. I do writing streams, or aka Diane. I do writing streams Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays usually. I've been doing extra streams on Tuesday evenings to promote my book. Up there. A Few Good Elves. So yeah. That's awesome. Badger, 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 badger. Mushroom, mushroom. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. I got it too. I did. It's hilarious. How are you? Good to see you, Calamity. Okay, there was also lizard folk. I remember them, and there were Arapada. Yes, exactly. Bunny, 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 bunny. Yep, sorry. Yeah, bunny, 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 carrot, carrot. Exactly. That's awesome. Ooh, it's a snake. Alright. Arapada and... what else was there? No, I think that was it. Link. Awesome. Okay, so... Alright, now I gotta divide this in terms of most frequent population. Alright, so the humans are probably the biggest demographic there, followed by gnomes. Like so. Okay. Now I have to decide percentage of population. Ponder's off-brand Cheez-Its for a snack. Sounds good. Has-been-its. Hi Kit, how you doing? Good to see you, Kid Felbo. I don't know what that's in response to. Oh, has-been-its. Cheez-Its. Has-been-its. Got it. Rowan pointing out, humans usually have the largest demographic in any mixed city because they breed like rats. Truth. I don't know. Rats have rat tsunamis. Tsunamis, yet. Yeah, they overwhelm their nests and swarm out to the farmlands. Hard to predict their path. There's documentaries. Well, let's see. There's so many different people. I think I better make more O'Leary. There we go. Okay. You guys in the chat are hilarious, I'm just saying. Now we're arguing over whether or not humans breed like rats, when one has decided to take a metaphor, what is clearly a metaphor, as a literality, and when, you know, we're determining whether or not made-up species are going to get offended. Alright. You guys must be bored, man. That's all I have to say. Don't you guys have the good drugs at home? Kid Felbo says, you can always make humans the minority and have them be the livestock race. You know, actually, humans are the minority in most of this setting. This is just one place where they're actually not. They really are not a huge, right, presence. This is the place where they're starting to make their presence known as a pain in the ass. So, it's kind of unique that way. Daz is pick hunting for her article. Ah, yes. We'll say about 3% other. We do! Thus the shenanigans. Oh, touche. Alright, alright. Hello, E-Song. How are you tonight? Alright, so I'm thinking, gang. This is like completely down a squirrel hole here, but you're meh. I'm sorry to hear it. I hope we will be able to cheer you up. Okay, so I'm looking ahead at streaming schedules here. Now, I like streaming at this hour. Was I the only one who used the special calendar this month? I think I was. Wow. Okay. So I'm considering in August or maybe September switching my streaming time. I would be interested to know if this hour of the day works out for people better or not. Anyway, it's a thought. You like this time. I like this hour for you too. Much easier for me to make most of the year, says Esau. Okay. That's the sprint, guys. Rowan likes, is wearing her mod hat and waiting on Chris to be done his evening watering. Fair enough. Daz says, I like this time. How do I get on the streaming schedule, says the real Salties. Okay, this one is for the Game of Tomes event schedule, so you would have to apply to stream the Game of Tomes, which only runs in the Camp Nano and NaNoWriMo months, right? But you can do that, right? First of all, you might want to check out the website, if you're not familiar. Right, so there's a Game of Tomes website. Oh, Mergador writing while the rest of us are yapping. 438 words for the Warren. Good job. Thank you. Alright, the other schedule I was looking at was the Anvilite Streamer Core schedule, and basically it's, are you streaming World Anvil content? If you are, let us know, and, you know, we'll talk to you about how you get on that schedule. We're a friendly bunch, so... This wouldn't be a bad idea to set up something like this for the Twitch Writers Network either, though, would it? Itanshi, hello. You're in the chat. I know that I gotta hit Mez up for this too, but we totally should do this. We should make a streaming schedule like this. This is a Google Calendar, is what this is, for the members of the Twitch Writers Network. We might have to do a daily one, though, because there's lots of people, right? So we might have to do, like, show instead of a month display, we might have to show the daytime display. This is in UTC for the time zone. You did make one? It's hard to maintain? Well, this, we maintain ourselves this way, right? Like, everybody here invites the calendars to their own Google Calendar, right? And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might be an idea, and then we can all keep an eye out on each other's, right? And then one person doesn't have to do it. I tried to do this shit for Game of Tomes. No thank you. I am so glad I don't have to do it now, right? But, you know, if you have a chat room for people in the Discord who are like, hey, I'm not going to be streaming tonight and there's nobody else, can somebody cover the period, right? Then you can work out that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about it. We can chat. We'll chat. Okay, that's awesome. I mean, this would be a good way. This calendar does so much to get eyes on the Game of Tomes and on the Anvilite Streamer Core that I can't think how much it, you know, it could benefit all of us, right? So that might be really cool. All right. Anyway, yes. I'm like way back early weeks here. I am going to run and take a quick break, guys. I have to take a quick bio. I will be right back. I will be right back before, well, the sprint will probably start before I get back, but I will not be long after that. Okay? I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, sorry about that, gang. I'm back. I did not see that you're here, the thingy thing. I didn't hear it, that you followed the channel. So thank you there, Cinderpuffs, and welcome. Okay. Back to work. Nope, wrong one. Right one. There we go. I gotta think about this one. Problem is involved in numbers. Well, let's go conservative to start with. Hey, Stretch. Doing a lot of research on YouTube about pouring cappuccinos? Excuse me. I'm pouring myself a margarita in a can right now. Because why not? It's 6 p.m. and I am an adult. I'm learning it for work. Ah! Right on. Do you like your new job, by the way? You've been there for, like, a little bit now. Not, you know, a few days, anyway. Okay, what have I got with that? 38, 40... Not quite enough. That's pretty good, thanks. Okay, cool. Glad to hear it. That's great. Alright, let's go like that. Yeah, been 2 weeks now. That's right. Okay, so 37. We'll say 12% elves. 49. 54. Talking of margaritas, I have to make them properly at work on the rare occasion one is ordered. I like margaritas. I like them enough I'll drink a margarita in a can. So, Rowan's like, my evening beverage is hot water and honey with a dash of lemon gin. Sounds good. I don't drink often, but you know what? It's hot. I have no pop in the house, and it's been a stressful week. So, margarita in a can it is. All right. All right, so 20, 42, 57. Yeah, okay. I can't even remember what's in a margarita now. I know it's soda water and freshly squeezed lime. Tequila. Tequila is important. I like tequila. You know, for a while there, when I first moved out on my own, as a kid, let's see, so I don't know, I was still a minor. I moved out when I was 17 because, yeah, home was crazy. So that led to a surreal experience about calling myself in sick for school. That was fun. But there was no youth agreement or anything else like that. Everyone was like, you should quit school and, you know, get a job. And I'm like, I'm an honors student. I am not. Right. So anyway, I ended up living in a one-room apartment with a friend, and he was just barely an adult, so an honest friend, by the way, no hanky-panky, right? And so he'd buy the alcohol, and I found that if I took a shot of tequila before sitting down to write, things would work really well. It's part of the reason why I'm drinking this tonight, is because I've been so distracted. But the problem was that became a habit, so I stopped doing it. Anyway, we have 75 words for House Felis from the Queen of Cats. Good job. Excellent. Stretch says, yes. Tequila. Cointreau? Is that how you... I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't even know what that is. Soda water and freshly squeezed lime. Cool. It's the lime and tequila. Masadi says, it's been a struggle, but yay words. I'm feeling that pain today and yesterday, too. I'm probably not going to hit diamond. I'll be lucky if I hit gold. Ruin says, I've also been known to mix strawberry daiquiri mix into bad white wine that my mother has given me. Wonderful. Alright, I need to use my brain here. Let's do this. 22 plus 15 plus 12 plus 8 plus 3. Alright, I'm at 60%. Okay, that's what I want it to be. Now, Cointreau. That's what... Okay. Okay. Cointreau I've heard of. I've just never seen it in print. Alright. Urks and changelings. Okay, so the rest of this would make up another 60%. So how would that work? I still think I need to up the totals of the other groups. Maybe I'll do this. And that could be 10%, so that's... We're at 70% now. That's a really nice orange liqueur. It's good. That's the secret. Cointreau and lemonade over ice. Yeah, I imagine that's pretty good too. Alright, that's where we're at. We're at 70%, right? So, the rest of these guys have to be another 30. Alright. There we go. That's half of them right there. Now I need 15 more %. Actually, I think I'll make the lizard folk more common than the otter folk, or than the Cthulhuans. No, should be about as common. Okay. Okay, now. We'll say... Alright, so we're at 15, so I need another 15. So 6% Nistlings. Let's try it for experiment. 5% Illyri, that's another 11%. So I need 4% between these guys. Well, those guys would each be at 1%, wouldn't they? So let's go with this. That's the sprint. Sorry, Miss Adis. She says, oh, well, okay, well, after this conversation, as I'm making fajitas, I'm sitting here going, well, gosh, margaritas would be great with this dinner. Now I want fajitas. So, we have made each other suffer now. It's fair. Alright, so that would be 9, and then there would be 6% more. These guys can each be 2%. These guys can each be 1%. And that should make up my demographics. Now let's add that up, shall we? Make sure that my math is okay. 22 plus 15 plus 12 plus 10 plus 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3. That's it. Good, I did it. Okay. So none of us are writing according to sprints, eh? Okay, that's fair enough, guys. Stretch says, fajitas and margaritas sounds an awesome mix. Yeah, Masadi says, I've stopped following sprints. Okay. Well, this is technically the chat portion, guys. So, I'm here to chat if people want to chat. I'm actually looking at, not my phone, but the chat window right now. I think I am going to try to honor the sprints this time, just because otherwise I either hyper-focus or I don't focus, right? So I need to pay attention, right? But I feel good because I was able to focus on that for a bit. And hey, the alcohol is helping to relieve anxiety. I don't want to talk about food though. Actually, that's okay. I'm going to make the guys cook tonight. They don't know it yet, but they're hired. And if they don't cook anything, I'm going to make myself a Spam sandwich, and I don't give a shit. Because I've cooked for the past 5 days in a row, and you know what? People are working, and I am not working out of the house. I'm working all day, every day, but I'm working here at my computer, right? So fine, I have the time to cook, because I can rearrange my schedule, but you know what? They're going to cook tonight, because I don't fucking feel like it. Yeah, bit hot to cook some days. It certainly is. Yeah. Well, part of the reason why they're cooking is the only thing to cook is ribs, and I don't know how to make it, so up to you. I even used the last of the ground chicken last night, so made a pretty damn good chili, I have to say, actually. Bit hot to cook some days, yep, true. that's the get back to work growl from the dragon. I will be. Nick says, I'm so glad our AC is working again. Makes me fear cooking less. No doubt. My AC was not working for part of that really hot period. We now have a weather alert again. It's probably like, it looks like the apocalypse out there. It's a yellow haze, right? You know, there's no discernible features in the sky. Itanchi says, today was odd. I swore it was hot out, but I didn't have any trouble with lawn work. That's cool. Masadi says, I had to start cooking early on hot days, even with AC. Yeah, us too. Itanchi says, we tend not to use AC by habit, but air quality warning, heat wave. I'm enjoying the AC for a week. Yeah, no doubt. Us too. Same thing. Air quality warning, heat wave. Masadi's got a heat alert today. I don't think we have a heat alert currently. Just an air quality advisory. Oh, there was a surprise. Top stories in this thing. It says at least 71 people caught COVID-19 at the Calgary Stampede. No kidding. Closet Forge says, same here. Our local weather put a notice out a notice yesterday to the effect of, we're not wrong. Those aren't clouds. That's smoke. Get used to it. I laughed. All right, back to work. All right. Government of Freebooters Rock is the Captain's Council. I should probably... those guys could probably be my big corporation. Oligarchy made up of incredibly wealthy free traders and merchants in semi-retirement. Membership in the council is automatic. Is claimed by the aspirant, not elected, and requires that the aspirant controls at least a flotilla of ships and has, oh, what would be a good amount of money? Has, controls a small fleet, we'll say. You know what? Let's ask. How many ships qualifies as a fleet? You were no help at all. Yep, you're 0 help. Thank you very much, Britannia. $1 million gold equivalent in liquid assets. I think I'm going to require them to have 1 million galaxies, which are like, I believe that's the platinum coin. Because we're talking large sums of money here. Basically, you gotta be a billionaire, you know. But you're thinking along the right lines there, Rowan. Absolutely. Maybe 1 million. Maybe 1 million gold and equivalent in liquid assets. That might work. When I rethink it. I thought it was too small at first, but maybe not. Okay, you no help at all either. See, now that's a really interesting number. Here I'm looking at this thing. It says the entire U.S. Navy fleet in one chart. The fleet consists of roughly 450 ships in active service or reserve. The American Navy has the absolute supremacy in the seas at the moment, right? What's interesting is that in the height of the Napoleonic Wars era, the British Royal Navy, which was definitely the rulers of the waves, had 1,000 ships. That's what they had in the whole fleet. So it's interesting that you need less ships now to establish naval supremacy. That's really interesting. Okay. Yeah, the ships are also much bigger. Well, I mean, only when you consider aircraft carriers, really, right? I mean, aircraft carriers and floating cities, but... Largest formation of any navy. Formation of warships. Okay, so there's absolutely no definitive number of fleet. Okay, fine. Fine! Fine! A fleet of ships and has at least... Well, I guess it's true that the ships are much bigger. You know, it's very weird, right? Like, this, it's interesting, you know, because you think of this like, overwhelming number, right? I don't know, I guess I'm too used to reading space operas. My fleets are more equivalent to, like, actual naval fleets. Alright, requires that the aspirant controls a fleet of ships. Okay, good night, Masadis. Thanks for joining me. Have a good sleep. Or rest, or whatever you're doing. I've appreciated your company. Government of Freebooters Rock is the Captain's Council, an oligarchy made up of incredibly wealthy free traders and merchants in semi-retirement. Membership of the council is claimed by the aspirant, not elected, and requires that the aspirant control a fleet of ships. Yeah, they also pack a lot more punch than they used to. That's very true. We have more restrictions about the kind of weapons that you can have on something that isn't designated as a, you know, National Fleet's warship. But that explains why those, you know, pirates that basically have like a yacht with a gun on it have been so successful. Okay. Requires the aspirant controls a fleet of ships, has at least 1 million platinum galaxies in personal wealth and has at least 1 million, what did I call it? Gold nebulae, I think? I really got to do an article on my currency. Well, that was weird. I'm turning off my camera for the moment because I'm just checking the lag here, gang. I don't appear to have any lag. I'm going to leave the camera off for just a moment here to make sure things catch up, because I don't really know what happened there. It just got stuck on this web page all of a sudden, my Avalonia Navy web page, and then it stopped working. I don't understand. You see, this is where I have my information on. Okay, Nove is what you call a gold piece. I knew it was something simple. I never remember my currency. So, 1 million gold Nove. You know what? Let's make my life easier. Screw all this bracketed bullshit. That is what tooltips are for. Maybe I just got too many tabs open again. I really tried to cut them down, but I didn't reboot before I started because Aaron was like, you know, Sable's coming on sometime, you know, so I was like, alright, I better get with it, so. Sounds like an internet's issue? Yeah, it could be. That's the sprint gang, for those of you who are sprinting. Yeah, Latanchi says, I don't know, I've had programs use unusual amounts of memory, and my PC makes unusual noises. I worry I'm in need of more modern hardware. Possibly. Yeah, mine is like, you know. I mean, it's not like old, but it's not new, you know what I mean? Alright, let's see what this looks like so far. I haven't even described it, and I don't have a picture. Because I'm like trying to do all the statistics first and save myself the fun stuff for later. Granted, my car is from 2016. Yeah, fair enough. I don't think mine is that new. Alright. So, Freebooters Rock. Awesome. We got it. Now... actually do have a human species article. Good for me. It's a stub, mind you. She says, yeah, I got it in 2017 on my first few Walmart paychecks. I don't know when I planned to do the next gen, with such weird market at the moment. Might have meant to this year, but it ain't broke yet. Yeah, fair enough. Rowan's like, Itanchi, my truck is a 2002, so you are way ahead of the game, buddy. Yep. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say. It's too fucking expensive. Let's just be honest. Do we have Uruk as a species? I think we do. Or an ethnicity? Probably not. Ha! Graphics card. Oh, okay, I see. You're not talking about a vehicle. I wasn't... Okay. Oh wait, my car is also 2016. Ha ha ha. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that for now if it doesn't have an article, but I think Changeling actually does, because I think Eric made a stub. Yes, he did. Good stuff. That is the Get Back to Work growl. Daz says, can you do columns by mixing the sizes of the columns, like one column be column 3 and another column? I don't know how to do that. I'm sure it's possible. I have seen people do it. But if you're going to do that, then that's the natural division of an article with a sidebar. Right? Because, right? The sidebar is designed like that, right? Like that's the default setting. For World Anvil, anyway. She says, I'm trying to trade up, but they're being cagey. Like 10k off the price or we keep it? Yeah. I mean that's the basic, right? This is these are column 1 and 2, right? And when you use the regular column 1, this is what it'll fill. And, you know, this is the sidebar here, right? So if you're using the sidebar, right, then you end up with 2 columns here and this, right? And that's the same as having 3 columns across the whole thing. But you can have, like, I guess you can have 3 columns in the space too. I don't really know. Itanchi probably knows better than I do. The question is whether or not you can actually use it with World Anvil. I am going to look for a picture. I have a picture of Freebooter's Rock somewhere. I have a couple of pictures of Freebooter's Rock somewhere. The question is whether or not I kept them. I used to violate terms of service on MySpace and Angel Fire using CSS to block their ads. Awesome. Good for you. Their ads were obtrusive. I mean, bad obtrusive. I am old enough to remember this. Yeah, obtrusive has come a long way in obtrusiveness. That's true. These automatic pop-up windows drive me fucking insane, right? But honestly, that blinky lights bullshit we used to get on MySpace was worse. It was worse. I know a site that has intentional link hijacking. Oh my god. I will never go to that site. You might as well tell me what it is, because I'm never going there. I'm going to put it on my list of shit that I'm never going to do. I do not need that site, whatever it is. Hey, no problem, I just close the page and try again. Yeah, yeah. I don't do that shit. That's offensive on so many levels. Alright, fine. We'll do it this way. Alright, Catherine, hello, good to see you, and by all means, feel free to lurk. I wonder if this is where I hid all those pictures. I certainly saved a lot of pictures of here, didn't I? I don't even know where half that shit is. Screw it, it'll probably be easier to find the damn thing online. Hey there, Sir Swank. Yeah, I'm working on summer camp props. No, no, no. I want this. Why don't I just go to Silverblade the Enchanter's site and get it over with? Huh. Because it's hard to find. Alright, Silverblade the Enchanter. DeviantArt. There he is. You got 2 left for your 30? Good for you. How are you doing tonight? Going to write about my paladin tonight. Awesome! There's the other one I was after. But I think I already have that picture in my file manager. Number 9 done! Excellent! Yeah, I do have that dock there. Well, the question will be whether or not I'm going to use it. Okay. Alright, you're off for a bit. Well, thanks for joining me for a moment there, Sir Swank. I hope you have a great evening. I know Silverblade, so let's see. Oh, I should have left his DeviantArt site up. I don't know what that was, but I'm not doing it. Probably an old link. Because somebody scooped his website, so we had to go on to DeviantArt. But he's got almost all his stuff uploaded again now. So I'll just... I don't know why I insist on being difficult today. It always helps me to get a cover picture. I know what the header will be. A wretched hive of scum and villainy. Cause that's what it is. Okay, muting channel, chatting with Chris. May or may not get in some words. He's had a rough day. Alright, see you later, Rowan. Well, I hope he's alright. Tell him to hang in there. Wretched hive of scum and villainy. You should be cautious. Alright. I don't know if that's as funny as I think it is, but I think it's pretty funny. Alright. Because I'm a frickin' nerd. Alright. That actually really helps me to kind of get a sense of what I'm doing. Good. Now, that's the sprint. Conversations kind of dried up here, guys. I'm like, oh, Aaron misspelled changelings. No wonder I'm having trouble. I don't know how better change that. Yeah, I figured it would be a stub. Ah! That says, I'm sorry, I'm polishing this article still. Fair enough. Stretch says, sorry, doing some redstone fault finding for La Fantasma. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so yeah. I figured I had better edit that. Hopefully I didn't just screw up all his links, but since he's already created it, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. So changelings. Clearly I need to make one for the Uruk. Do we have a dwarf article yet? Yes, we do. Good. I don't know how you spell Arapada. He did that. Ara. I think I'm spelling it wrong. Clearly I must be, because that's not it. Arapada? Yeah. You know what? I can ask him. Do we have a full Nistling article yet? Let's find out. I don't think I've done an Illyri article yet. I better do that. I have! Good for me. Or Aaron did, one of the two. Nistlings, Illyri, it's almost certainly a stub with nothing in it at this point. Ah, I don't have a lizard folk article. Okay. I don't think I have a Phenok article yet because Blake is supposed to be the one to write that. Nope. Alright, and that is to get back to work growl, guys. It's 7 o'clock, so it's time for my second break. I'm going to quickly go run, take a bio, talk to the guys who just got back, and I will see you in just a moment, guys. And I still don't have a camera up, eh? Okay, we'll fix that. I forgot that I didn't have the camera up. Sorry, gang. And I'll be right back. There we go. Hi, sorry, I was reaching over here because somebody took over my chair. Hi, buddy. Would you like to sit with me? See, this is Ash. He was the sketchy stray. You can see how sketchy he is now, right? And now he's an enormous paperweight in my lap. Yes, hello, baby. Yes, hello, my kitty. Yes. Yes, you're so cute. Yes, you are. He's begging for early wet food, is what he's doing. Probably. He might just be being affectionate, though. He actually is. Hello, Eli. Good to see you. Yeah, he's pretty cute. He's heavy. He's like a big, solid cat. I'm going to take off these gloves, because last thing I need is cat hair all over my gloves. There we go. Hi. Yes. Yes. Early dinner. Good stuff. Early din-dins. Nice. Yes. Here, why don't you come a little closer, buddy? There you go. Hello, Barbarossa. How are you? I always come into the chat like, Sable! I'm like, what? See, you startled my cat. I startled my cat. I'll be right back. Now he wants out. What's the matter, Bob? Are you trying to beg me for food? Are you trying to beg me for food? Is that what we're doing? Kitties who want out get more cat packs. See? What? There he is. There he is. Yes. You can see he's impressed, eh? He's purring. So you can hear him. But he's looking like, let me down. Okay, buddy. There you go. I am the best and adorable. Thank you. I'm working on my map a bit, says Barbarossa. Cool. James says, future me, clip that. Awesome. Eli is feeling better. That is good. I am glad to hear it. Okay, so I screwed up the timer because I shut it down for a moment. So, we are in a sprint. Are people writing out there? What's happening? Do I have a bunch of lurkers? I don't mind if I do. I just feel like I may not be entertaining you guys sufficiently. If everyone just wants to shut up and write, that's probably good. This is a new margarita in can. Alright. I am reshaping a few things, says Barbarossa. You're entertaining me, says Sparkle. Cool. I am semi-lurking, says Daz. I am just burned out from summer camp. Fair enough, says that was Barbarossa. Said that. Eli says I'm just hanging. I don't think I'm going to be writing today. And everything's just meh. I am actively fighting some major anxiety, but alright. Freebooters Rock is a mobile asteroid settlement powered by multiple harmonized starfaring engines. Why does it do that? You see that? Okay. James says, I need someone to DM as children are not my forte. It's 3:22 here. You know what? Dude, this chat is full of parents. How can we help? Closet Forge says, I'm working on number 10, but still listening in. I feel like it's been so long since I caught one of your streams. It has been a long time. Yeah. Part of it is because I have moved my time to earlier, and part of it is because you've been busy, so yeah. James says, I have the stream on mute. Question, it's 3:08 here, and at 2:53, my youngest niece cried and wanted the door open, and she said she was scared and asked for my mother. She's quieted down now at 3:03. Should I still go and get the person? Oh, I don't have the stream on mute. Okay, James, so what I would do in that situation is go to the door and peer in my head to see if she went back to sleep. If she went back to sleep, you're fine, right? If she's still awake, you can go, are you okay? Mom's not here, or Grandma's not here, but Uncle James is, right? And see what you can do, right? But wait and determine whether or not she's actually awake, because if she fell back to sleep, she's fine. And she might be trying to pull a fast one on you. Kids are, good at pushing limits to see what they can get away with. And she might be seeing if you'll let her stay up late and, watch Netflix with you or something. And the best way to handle that, if she's trying that, is, give her about 10 to 15 minutes worth of whatever, Okay, I have to go pee. All right, up you can get to go pee. I have to have a drink. All right, you can have a small drink, and then you go back to bed, right? And just kind of be gentle and firm. Yeah, okay, you can do that, but then you have to go back to bed, right? After about 15 minutes of whatever it is, I want to snuggle. Yeah, okay, no problem. We'll snuggle for a little bit, and then you got to go back to bed, right? And after about 15 minutes or so, it's like, well, I told you would have to go back to bed, and it's time, honey, right? And then, be gentle, but be firm, and then take her back to bed, right? And put her back in the bed, and if she says, can you stay for a minute, stay, because she's genuinely anxious, right? If she says, if she starts putting on a tantrum, but I don't want to go to bed, put her back in bed anyway, and, let her cry, right? There you go. And if you need any further advice to that step, let me know. If any of the other parents in here have different advice, feel free. But that would be what I would do. Nick says I got it. Okay, cool. No worries, James. You go, and good luck. Mobile asteroid settlement powered by multiple harmonized starfaring engines, so that it can set up anywhere in known space. Orbital station might be better. Yes, because it doesn't tend to just float around randomly. It usually sets itself up near something. As a complete non-parent, I agree, says Eli. Cool. Catherine says, not a parent, but I babysit a lot. That's definitely a great way to handle it. Okay, cool. So everyone feels I got it? Great. Cool. Thanks, guys. It is a busy, active trading and tourism port that also makes a secondary living mining mithril. And stuff. Actually, no, mithril. No, also makes a secondary living mining mithril. It is Sable, you don't have to look now, but I posted something in your art channel on the Discord. Cool! I will look as soon as the sprint ends. How's about that? So about 4.5 minutes or so. Okay, it's a busy, active trading and tourism port that also makes a secondary living mining mithril. It has a reputation for being a place where anything can be purchased if the price is right. Yes, I have polished the article, says Daz. Good job. Eli's watching Jeopardy with their grandpa. LeVar Burton is hosting this week. Nice. Is that what they're doing now that Alex Trebek is gone? They're getting different celebrities to host it? That's interesting. I honestly haven't seen it since Alex Trebek died. I used to really like that show. Of course, because I'm a fucking nerd. And fucking nerds like that show, because then they can show off how smart they are. And make everybody else in the room annoyed, usually. Alright. Has a reputation for being a place where anything can be purchased if the price is right. Yep, guest hosts until they find a permanent host. Okay. Cool, I'm kind of glad they kept it running. Dad says to Sable, on the break, want to look at the layout of it and the pics for it? No reading. Absolutely. I will be happy to do that on the break. You don't have to pay for a showcase for that. James, unlurk. Check twice is the first time I did look in. The first time she's asleep, I'm going to stay with you because of it now. Okay, cool. I'm glad she's asleep. There you go. She's fine. Good work, James. The price is right. However, if the price is right. Okay, you know what? That's probably good enough for a beginning explanation, because there'll be things like, I think I'd probably better do another one of these. Fuck. Okay. Captain's Council. Organization. Council of Oligarchs, Freebooters, and semi-retired merchants and free traders who control Freebooters Rock. Too many damn stubs. You know, the easiest way to find everything might be to go through, and that's the sprint. 155 words for House Avis from Catherine. The flock thanks you. You know, I think I'll add up my words so far here. All right. Our favorite song works well with the lyrics Lappin' and Lappin' for Life. Oh, it does, eh? The human brain wants to go to bed, but gives ideas at the wrong time. Oh, God, can I relate to that? Wow, yes. Enter the Sandman. Okay. Oh yes, and Eli had something we were supposed to look at too. I will look. This is the art share, right? That's awesome, Eli. I do indeed recognize the pupper. Would you like me to share your work? Because that's cool. In the meantime, we will look at Daz's work here. And basically, we're just kind of having a look over. I do. I like it very, very much. Oh. No. What are you doing? No. It's trying to do weird things to me in my OBS. I just want to look at this. It's like, you've dragged a link into OBS. Do you want to add it as a browser source? Fuck no. Enter the Sandman. Aha. I see what you were doing here. It was a commission from Gen Zero on Twitter. Okay. This is actually beautiful. That's the Get Back to Work growl from the Dragon of Productivity. I think I heard Aaron reading over this earlier. That's a great picture. Thingy things. Hello, Basic Dragon. How are you today? Thank you for the raid. I'm glad to see you. Hey, speaking of which, I was just thinking about you the other day and about our... Awesome, you finished another prompt. That's great. I'm still struggling. I was just thinking of you and getting together, right, about the Kickstarter aftermath stuff, because Eli is almost finished their Kickstarter. That lasts for another 4 days. What prompt am I on? Number 20. This is the silver prompt. When I finally get it done. This is really nice, Daz. I like this a lot. Because I've got a bunch of things that I want to get done. Like, for one thing, there's my ISBNs, by the way. This is how you do ISBNs in Canada, right? I don't want to focus on that too much in case it has information on it you guys don't need to have, because it's Government of Canada site, so, you know, But, you know, I'm going through all that process and doing the basic formatting to get the book ready for my formatter to format. Thank you. Well, I'm not quite done. You can congratulate me when I'm done, either this article or the character article that I started earlier, but I thought there are way too many spoilers for this character article. I should not be working on it on screen. So, we are doing Freebooters Rock, which I think you'll appreciate my subtitle. A wretched hive of scum and villainy. Or you should be cautious. Villainy actually is the right word, but... Yay, book! Exactly! And how's your prep coming along? So, infrastructure. I don't know. Okay. Freebooters Rock. Began its... Do I have, like, history somewhere? There's history. Let's start with that. Haven't made any progress since this morning? Yeah, that sucks, Seasong. Working on my ethnicity. Slaves. Huh, that makes sense. I mean, if it's been that way for a long time, the slaves of Rome would probably be considered their own ethnicity. That makes sense. I never even thought of that. Freebooters Rock began its life as a pirate hideaway for... And I don't remember what I called it, but I put that in another article. Your computer just crashed all of your programs. That's annoying. Okay, so that is the result of me, of you like me, putting too much shit on your computer once and killing your memory, probably. That sucks. Did you lose things that you hadn't saved? There's the rub, right? Began its life as a pirate hideaway for 28 prompts for the public world and 6 prompts for the private world. Doing prompts for the currently private world as well, going to do 10 for it. Cool! Good for you! That's awesome! I'm gonna get them all done. The question is whether or not they'll all be quality articles, right? I can produce 300 words in 15 minutes of garbage, right? I'm just trying to make these nice. So, alright, Did I have history here somewhere? Yeah, Voidbeard. I knew it was something weird like that. Oh no, that was the other place. Oh shit. Okay. No, I gotta come up with something original. As a pirate hideaway for... No. Begin its life as a dwarven mining settlement. Dwarves are always the first guys there, right? As for my Kickstarter, yeah, that was part of my question there, Basic Dragon. I'm almost done with the text and have started with the drawings, doing thumbnails for the pages that I finished writing the first draft for. Awesome! Yeah, so Basic Dragon and Eli and I have agreed we were going to do another epic team-up stream, at least one, to kind of show you guys how the process of doing Kickstarter fulfillment looks like, which is something I've got to work on tonight. So, began its life as a dwarven mining settlement. When a number of dwarves of the Star Miner clan discovered mithril and star metal deposits. Yep, just need to decide when. Yes, that's the question, so we need to get together on Discord and discuss it. It should be before I move, guys, because I'm really not sure what's going to happen there yet. Tomorrow I will make the prehistoric version of the purple peppers. Oh, the purple peppers there. Okay, in my universe, the purple peppers are something that is unique to Alatha. And Alatha is a world that has dinosaurs on it. So, I mean, if we're going to tie them together, which I'm absolutely in favor of, maybe this time, my world is where they came from. See, here's the thing about known space. Wormholes don't necessarily go to the same time period. They might go to entirely different time periods, right? Just because, the wormholes connect these different systems doesn't mean it connects them at the same point in their history. So in whatever time Alatha is, there could be, I mean, maybe that's how the Nistlings originally ended up on Draconia, is maybe the Nistlings exist somewhere near that universe. Yeah, maybe they traveled to your world on an ancient starseed. There you go. Awesome. I totally don't mind tying our worlds together. It's awesome. We already did that with the Nistlings. I feel a bit like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg doing the whole, E.T. The E.T.s are actually one of the species in Star Wars. They're in the Galactic Senate. You can see them. So, stuff like that. I think that's kind of fun doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, they totally could have done that, right? Maybe an ancient starseed came from Alatha and it crashed, and then, maybe that's how orcs got to your world. I don't know. Could be fun. I like this idea, though. Connecting them is cool. When a number of dwarves of the Star Miner clan discovered mithril and star metal deposits. Totally up to you what you want to do there, Des. It could be done. James says, like seeing a TARDIS in the background of Red Dwarf. Exactly, right? Or, you know, how R2-D2 floated by in the new Star Trek movies. Daz says, yes, because I've already established that the purple peppers are only found on one chain of islands. Perfect! There you go. They haven't entirely naturalized yet. Awesome. See, that's why they were kind of unique to Elatha. Elatha is this world that the orcs ended up on, and then they're like, oh yeah, this is a harsh world, but the thing about it is, it's at the center of a major wormhole network. Really important strategic thing. So, I don't know. Anyway, it's not too many spoilers. I don't want to get too far ahead there. By the way, it is 9 minutes to 8 according to my clock, and 8 o'clock is supposed to be quitting time, gang. So this is the last sprint, I think? Yeah, this will be the last sprint. I can always quit and raid a little early. I think I'm going to raid Steph. Tal will be down by then. Right? Coffee will just be starting, but Steph will raid into Coffee almost certainly at some point. And if we quit a little early, maybe we can raid into Tal's stream to, you know, show her support before we boot off, right? So we'll see what happens there. Either way, I'm going to put their links in the chat as soon as the sprint is done. I am going to try to do the benefit of the sprint. Yay, Steph. Steph or Tal, yes. Okay. Got it, Eli. Yeah, I like them too. They're fun. And you know, Coffee is awesome. Do not get me wrong. Coffee is probably becoming one of my best friends. Right? We have a lot in common, and it's amazing how well we get along. But frankly, they don't need the support comparatively, and Tal and Steph are really awesome people too. So I want to expose people to them, and Coffee would agree with me, because Coffee also likes supporting other streamers. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Remember doors of Star Miner Clan discovered mithril and star metal deposits. Naturally, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. No. You don't see Tal? Oh! They're on the schedule. Or she's on the schedule, rather. Closet Forge says, I attribute most of my follows to Coffee rating me so much over the last year. Legit. That is also true, exactly. Eli says Coffee is wonderful, but they are not the only wonderful writer person on Twitch. Speaking of, have you guys checked out Atanchi when he was here? I don't know if he is still here or not. I will shout him out, because he is one of the founders of the Twitch Writers Network, and he is very supportive of other streamers. Alright, I'm obviously not getting any more done today. I see I have 30 seconds left for this, and I've really got to do my formatting before I can do anything with more prompts. Because you know what? Summer camp is awesome, and I appreciate having the deadline, but money is money, right? When you got a career, you gotta give priority to the career, right? So, okay. And I owe stuff to my backers. I should at least start sending out the backer surveys, which I have not done yet. Alright, so we're going to shout out Atanchi to start with. That is the sprint. That is the last sprint, right? So as of this point, with about 6 minutes left to go, maybe, bring out your words! Bring out your words! Bring out your words! Alright, we are going to shout out some people here. "105 words for the flock" from Catherine. Good job. I'm going to check to see if Tal was on, because I might just have time to catch her if I... I am not following... Okay. I just realized I was not following somebody I should be. No, Tal's not on, are they? Or did Tal say something about not being able to stream at this time for the next little... Oh, right, because her son is sick. Okay. No words for me. I was pick diving and layout fixing. I hear ya, Daz. I get you. All right. So... I should put this as a chat command that only I can do. Neato looking map. This isn't really a map per se, Scribe, and good to see you. This is actually art from a friend of mine. His name is Silverblade the Enchanter, and he did a metric shit ton of Spelljammer fan art. This is one of the things that he did for this purpose, and this was for a place called the Rock of Brawl. I have a similar place in my universe. Yep, that's correct there, Scribe, you've got it, right? This is, but it's very similar to a place I have in my universe called Freebooter's Rock, in that it's, you know, well, I mean, that's the deal, right? A wretched hive of scum and villainy, you should be cautious. Which nobody seems to think is as funny as I do right now. Then again, I am on my second mojito in a can, so... But I think it's hilarious, and anyway... So yeah, it was very similar, and because I know that, yeah, Silverblade doesn't want his stuff used for commercial purposes, so I could not put it on my book cover. Right? Nor should I be putting it, you know, like, but I cannot really monetize it. But he doesn't mind, and in fact encourages people to freely use it for things that are public. And I'm sure he would not object, right? He has given permission before to use his art for my universe and other people's universes that are, you know, that have things in common with Spelljammer, like Voidjammer, for example. He doesn't mind that stuff, as long as I'm not trying to actually charge money for his stuff, right? Which I would not do. Alright, 204 words for the Badgers. Good job there, King Badger. Or 200... Did I say 204? 274. And then I was reading that James is up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Good God, James. You're not going to be able to function tomorrow. Is it because of kids in the house? Are you, like... You know, are you babysitting? You know you can sleep even if they're there, right? Like, you don't have to stay awake while they're sleeping. Eli says, bring out your cash! Loud bell ringing. Hey, 4 more days! Yep, 4 more days, guys. 4 more days before... Eli's Kickstarter is done. Alright, I have done 295 words in the course of this stream. 5 a.m. for Basic Dragon. Good God, what are you doing up at that hour? You guys are worse than me. 295. You know what? People just notice that I do this because okay, we're going to turn it on to downtime. People just notice that I do this and stay up at stupid o'clock because everybody's in North America, right? Okay, they don't notice you crazy Europeans staying up to stupid o'clock. James needs to chill out to get himself to sleep. Get on the functioning thing. Well, good luck. I work nights. I get home at 2 or 3 on weekdays and 5 to 6 a.m. on weekends. Okay, I've had that job. I get you. Fair enough. No more need be said. Thank you everyone for joining me today. This was a lot of fun this evening. I will be back tomorrow at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC, 8 p.m. in the UK, brain 5 a.m. Australian Eastern Time for Diane Writes. There will be showcases available. Thursday, I will be back for Diane Actually Writes. Writing sprint strictly. I'm gonna frickin' need them. That will be at the same time. Aaron will be back on Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UTC, 10 p.m. in the UK, 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Time for Ask an Old GM. And yeah, end of the month coming up pretty quick, guys. I still don't know for sure when exactly the final results stream is going to be for Tourney of Tales. Satrium really wants me to do like this really quick thing where it's like, okay, boom, summer camp's over, boom, now we're gonna do the results. If I do that, I'm probably gonna push back that stream on that day by at least 1 hour, right? Because I believe that, like, I want to make sure that everybody has the maximum amount of time for summer camp, right? So watch the Game of Tomes channels on my Discord for information, and I will try to make sure that I have a final decision for you tomorrow, okay? If not, I will have it by Thursday for sure. And yeah, we're off. We are going to raid Stephweed's Tales, since I do not see Tell Up. Is Stephweed's Tales still on? Yes, she is. Alright, so don't forget, guys, the raid shout is prepare to be boarded because we are the Sable's privateers. Or if you are playing the Tourney of Tales, feel free to shout your house motto. And thank you guys so much. I will see you again tomorrow. It's been a pleasure. Alright, we're going to do the raid here. I might stream some on Sunday morning until the end of my Kickstarter. Eli, that is a great idea, and I will try to make it if you do. Alright, have a good night, everyone. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!